That's check, check, check. Audio check, audio check, 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 check. Okay. And welcome in to your Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and we are just a few minutes away from getting this underway. I think they were waiting on one of the umps, but everything is fine. And then they had to get lineups up so that the loudspeaker announcer had something, which is Coach DePorto had a list to go by to announce the girls, especially on the Roswell Goddard side. So he is doing that right now, and then we will take a break for our national anthem, and then we'll come back and I'll set up the lineups for you and get this underway. I'm going to be flying solo for a while. TJ Miracle is on his way, and then we have no commercials to play for you right now, as the iPad that I've got doesn't have any of those loaded on it, but we do have his on the way with him, and so we will be able to not just thank our sponsors and have you look at them, their banners on the video screen that you see, but we'll also be able to hear messages from them as well. So we thank our sponsors, our many sponsors, and we'll talk about them in just a little while. But the announcement of the players is just about done, so we'll take a break and be back with the start of just one game today. It's your Lady Cats hosting the Lady Rockets of Goddard from Roswell. So we will take a break, come back with Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube at HobbsAmerica.com. All right, welcome back as the national anthem has played. Now let's go ahead and give you the lineup, and then I'll set the field because, of course, your Lady Cats are home team, and they'll out in the field first, and batting first will be the Goddard Lady Rockets under head coach Manzanares, and they come in to this ranked number 5 in New Mexico 4A, 26th overall. I'll get your record for you in just a moment, but the batting order will be number 1, batting first, number 24, Lindsay Campa, playing second. Batting second, number 7, Kiana Gonzalez in center. Batting third, number 14, Marisol Hernandez at shortstop. Batting fourth, number 10, Roxy Serrano at third base. Batting fifth, number 1, Audrina Garcia at first. Batting sixth, number 30, Meech Crawford catching. Batting seventh is number 4, Jayla Morales in right field. Batting eighth is number 9, Juliet Gallegos, who is pitching. And batting ninth is number 18, Jory Guzman, who is in left field. Your reserve players, bench players, or subs, or the people refer to them as all three, but officially we call them the reserve players. And they are number 8, Maya Herrera, number 5, Viviana Montes, number 16, Kira Casaus, number 2 is Alexa De La Rosa. For your Lady Wildcats, your battery is Urahara Quiroga. That's Daphne Urahara in the circle, and Nahi Quiroga, or Q, behind the plate. That is Ogin at first, Morales at second, Rodriguez at short, and Yaga Garcia at third. In outfield, Bailey Garcia in left, Ellis in center, and Castro in right. So batter up, and let's get this one and only game today underway. First pitch is going to come in just a little high and outside. For ball number 1. All right, so let me get back to my score bug. And 1-0. And this pitch comes in, and it's a ball as well. So 2-0 the count on the leadoff batter for Goddard. Lindsay Campa, Gonzalez Andaca, Hernandez in the hole. And that's going to, ooh, just a little inside. The umpire did indicate just a little inside. I thought it may have clipped the corner. 1-2 is your count. So 2 balls and 1 strike. No outs, nobody on, of course. First batter. Nice swing and a miss as Urahara threw a fastball, rose a little bit, and Kampa a little behind it and swinging under it. So count is even at 2-2. So 2-2 is your count. And that hits the outside corner. Beautiful pitch. Urahara with a really nice pitch. It's actually now it's 2-2. So that was 2-1. Now 2-2. Oh, no, he, hold on just a minute, please. Somebody's talking to me. All right, getting back to the batter. The first batter up was a strikeout for out number 1, and now we have Gonzalez at the plate. Gonzalez playing center field, and timeout by the umpire. I don't know what he's going to tell, what he's gesturing to the head coach about. Coach Manzanares is in the third base box. It may be just the players to get inside the enclosure completely. So after the timeout, now it is 1 ball, 1 strike. And let me see. I'm trying to do about 3 things at once here. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Fix score back. I have no clue. There's FYI, my scorebook looks fine. There's nothing on it except 1 out. And a full count on this batter. So I don't know what might be showing up. I don't see the screen that you see, the view screen. So that's the other one. And there is a strikeout as well. So sorry, I was trying to provide the trying to get the okay, so now 2 outs, nobody on, and my scorebug looks fine. It says Lovington High School on the left, GHS Goddard High School on the right. There is no score. There are 2 outs now, and the first pitch is in, and it was a ball. So 1-0 count on Hernandez. And that is going to hit the outside corner for call, strike 1. So 1-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on. 2 strikeouts recorded. Daphne Urahara in the circle for Lovington starting off. So 2 strikeouts for her. And a 1-1 count here. A swing and a smoking ground ball, but luckily it goes foul before it passes third base for a strong strike 2. Wow, she was way out in front of that and just smoked it. So a lot of power in the bat, of course. Up is number 14, Marisol Hernandez, who is the shortstop. 1-2 count on her. She batting in third in the order, so you would expect that she is going to have power and potential. That's going to float outside. A little changeup. Smart of Urahara to go ahead and throw up a changeup on the outside corner, see if she chased for it. She did not. So now 2-2 is the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, call, strike 3 on the outside corner. Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. 3 straight strikeouts, and that is going to put the Lady Wildcats coming up to the plate. And their first at bat coming up as we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score yet, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. All right, and welcome back as I was doing some stuff behind the scenes here. And now catching up with your Lady Cats at bat on Lovington Wildcats softball on Lovington Sport YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. And in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, 3 straight strikeouts for Daphne Urahara, and that brings up the second batter. Number 4, Honey Morales. Number 2, Anahi Quiroga hit the long ball almost to the fence between the right and center, and the center fielder went, drifted over and caught it. So yes, it is.
Now batting senior number 17, Xavier Rodriguez.
It is an out, but a long fly out. First batter up. Fly out to right field for 1 out, and then Honey Morales struck out. Oh, no, Honey Morales walked. Yeah, Honey is over on first base. All right, very good, very good. Is that Honey? All right, hang on just a minute, because I've been busy behind the scenes, so I missed a couple of things here. Yes, that is Morales. She's on first, and she walks, so I was right. And there is a foul, sharply hit, but foul ball by Xavier Rodriguez. So 1 out, a walk, and that is Morales on first. Xavier Rodriguez at the plate playing shortstop for Lovington. So 1 out, here we are, bottom of the first inning. Oh, and hit that just off the end of her bat. And it's probably a good thing because that pitch was tailing out, off the corner of the outside corner, and the ump has been calling that corner. So Xavier Rodriguez fouling off a couple. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on her now, and she's anxious to hit. The ball is going to get past the catcher, and that's going to allow Morales to go to second base. So Morales walked, and then is now over on second base in scoring position for Lovington. 1 out, a runner on second. Oh, sharply hit, but over to the third baseman, who picks it up and fires to first. A good throw, but the error on the catch by the first baseman is going to allow Morales to make it all the way around and in. And so not even an out. It was fielded well and a good throw, but the first baseman let that get away from her. It hit her glove and then went out all the way near the dugout for Lovington. So an E1 gets Xavier Rodriguez on base. There is no RBI. And it scores Morales, and then Rodriguez is able to go to second on the error on the throw as well. So 1-0 here with only 1 out. And now Jocelyn O'Gean, the cleanup hitter, to the plate. Number 9, playing first base for the Lady Cats. Ooh, and that's in. Oh, he's going to say that hit the inside corner. It looked a little high, actually. It might have hit the corner, but it looked a little high, right up under, really at her armpits, I thought. But we'll roll with it. That's as long as he's consistent about the corner calls, that's what's important. But Jocelyn was a little incredulous about that as well. But she's a good sport. She didn't show it. So 2 balls, 1 strike is now the count on Jocelyn O'Gean with 1 out, 1 runner on second, and 1 run by Lovington. That's low for ball 3. So 3-1 the count now on O'Gean, and that puts Ellis on deck and Garcia in the hole. 1-0, Lovington on the board here in their first at bat. That's always a good sign. And that misses low and outside, and that's a walk. So second walk issued by this Goddard pitcher. And 1 out. Now bases, first and second base are occupied. And Zimmer, 5th slot, playing center field, is up to the plate. She looks over there, gets her signs from head coach Stephen McCraw. He's assisted by Mary McCraw, Jay DePorto. Coach DePorto out in the first base box. Here. And we'll welcome in TJ Miracle here in just a couple of minutes as he A high pop fly. I think it's going to go out of play into the stands on the right side. A big plop. Went very, very high. As I'll pass some cabling over. And as we, TJ brought his iPad that hopefully will have all the Lovington spots loaded on it, and we'll be able to hear those messages from our Lovington sponsors. So we'll get all the cabling changed, and here in a couple of minutes he'll be able to join us. But we are here in the bottom of the first inning with 1 out. Lovington has runners at first and second, and Zimmery Ellis to the plate. A 1-2 count on Zimmery. And high fly ball out to center field. It is caught, and the runners stay put at first and second. So Ellis gives it a ride and a try, but a fly out to center field for the second out. Lovington still got some life, though. They've got runners at first and second with one run scored already. And number 16, Yaya Garcia, playing third base in this game to bat and try to bring those runners in. And that is actually the ump is going to call that on the inside corner and call it a strike. Lovington girls may be aware of that, and if they are used to crowding the plate, even just with just one of their legs, Yaya's very open stance, they may need to adjust back into the box just a little bit to allow for that, because that ball is being called a strike, and a lot of times it's sailing right underneath their elbows and wrists, and they don't have room to swing. Yaya catches the piece of that on the end of the bat and fouls it off to the right. So she's got a 1-2 count on her now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners on first and second. And Daphne Urahara on deck and Malaya Castro in the hole for Lovington. They'd like to go ahead and bring those runners around, take advantage of it, and not leave those on base. That's going to be low and outside for ball 2. 2-2 your count. So far, Lovington has a fly out, 2 walks, and a runner reached on an error. And 1 has scored, and 2 outs, Yaya Garcia at the plate. That's going to miss high and outside. Run the count full on Garcia. 3-2 is your count. It's a pretty nice day. We do have a chance of showers and storms. I hope if they hit that they come in much later and give us time to get this game and the other sports. Oh, swing and a miss as Yaya goes down swinging under that ball. Golden opportunity for Lovington to get a couple more scores across, but they do manage to get the 1 run, so they're on the board. Always a good thing. That's a positive, and they do that, but a strikeout for out number 3, and that's going to bring 1 run on no hits. It's going to be 1 error and 2 left on base. We'll be back with the top of the second inning. More Lady Wildcats softball coming up. Lovington's ahead 1-0, and we'll have it on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393 all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com as I am sending a lineup. So hold on just a moment, please. And top of the second inning here as the Goddard Lady Rockets coming up to the plate. And after going 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts in the top of the first, here in the top of the second inning, of course, it's going to be 4, 5, 6 due up. So let's get back to my score Bug, top of the second. No outs. First runner up. Flip my book, and now we're ready. Roxy Serrano at the plate, and that's going to hit the outside corner, and this ump has very definitely called that pitch a strike for both pitchers. And that's going to make the count 1-1, so 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, nobody on. Top of the second, got Lady Rockets of Goddard are at the plate. A high, a little bloop pop and headed for it. Yaya Garcia actually gets to that and makes the grab before she runs into the fence right by the dugout. Above and beyond, nice work as extra hustle there makes a 1 out, 1 batter, 1 out. Nice work. So a foul pop to position 5, Garcia, for 1 out. Nice work. And that brings up number 1, Adrina Garcia, playing first base for Goddard. That means that number 30, Meech Crawford, the catcher, is on deck, and number 4, Jayla Morales, the right fielder, is in the hole. And the first pitch is in. It will be a ball. So 1-0 count, 1 out, nobody on. Urahara in the circle, Quiroga behind the plate for the Lady Cats. Olguin at first, Morales at second, Rodriguez at short, Yaya Garcia at third. And a high fly ball headed out. Center fielder Ellis drifting over to the left to make the catch. Wow, it was well hit. Garcia gave it a ride, but a really nice catch out there as Ellis had to kind of work it, drift over to almost right field to get it. The wind was carrying it a bit. Made a great catch. And 2 outs now, so nice work in the field. Crawford up, Crawford the catcher. And that is going to hit the outside corner. A little off-speed pitch as Urahara, a medium-speed pitch, really. She took a little bit off of it, but still hit the outside corner for call strike 1. Again, the ump is calling that corner, and he's being generous on the outside and a little generous on the inside. So batters need to beware of that. Going to have to spoil that off at least and maybe adjust in the box. And I'm telling that just because it's going to be true for both teams and batters of both teams because he's being consistent with those calls. Sometimes your bat's going to be too short if you're too far back in the box, but if you're too far up, you're going to jump back and think that the pitch is inside when it's actually hitting the inside corner. And there's another call, strike on the outside corner. So 1-2 is the count now. And there's a little grounder over to Olguin at first. It stayed fair. She picks it up and touches the base herself. 3 unassisted for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down again. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Lovington is leading 1-0. They'll be coming up to bat. We'll have more of it on the way.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
In this day and time, every household needs reliable internet, and lots of it. LECO can provide that if you live in our fiber area. Give us a call. We can give you a gig of bandwidth speed. If you already have our service, it's easy to upgrade to a faster speed. LECO offers various priced packages to meet the increased needs of your family, providing you with faster speeds to your home. Upgrade now or simply make the switch to better, faster, more reliable internet. Call 370-5010. That's 370-5010.
Lovington sets the side down, 3 up, 3 down, and now comes up to bat in the bottom of the second inning. I'm Dawn Morgan with Lady Wildcats Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube at HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome in TJ Miracle.
Hi, great to be here. Yeah, traffic. It's meetings and traffic are wonderful things.
Wow, yeah, there's some road construction going on the Lovington Highway, New Mexico 18, and that definitely you're not the first person to come in and rush in here and say, oh my gosh, the traffic between Hobbs and Lovington, it's terrible. We had to slow down. And so that certainly was a surprise for me as well. I left early enough that it didn't affect things, but just FYI, by the time everybody goes home, that road construction is probably going to be done for the day. But they may be at it again in the morning and tomorrow afternoon as well. So travelers between Hobbs and Lovington, just beware. It's affecting the the northbound lane this afternoon. So, all right, here we are, bottom of the second inning. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up for Lovington. That first pitch comes in high for ball number 1 on Daphne Urahara, the pitcher. Has Urahara batting in the 7th slot, and Castro is on deck. Sanchez in the hole for Lovington. Second pitch, a high fly, and coming over is the first baseman, and it's going to end up actually hitting the dugout, but it looked like it was going to stay fair, and I thought she was going to be able to catch that right against the screen. She certainly thought so too. So instead, it just becomes a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike now on Daphne Urahara, starting pitcher for Lovington here in this first game. Well, this is the first and only game. It did a doubleheader last night in Carlsbad, so my mind is geared up. Oh, a high fly ball in center field, coming up on it, could be trouble, but their center fielder is able to catch that, and that is Gonzalez in center field, who made the grab and denied a base hit for Daphne Urahara. It was a high pop fly, and at first base it was Gallegos who almost had that pop foul catch a minute ago. So I'll finish getting eyes. I ran out of time to be able to fill out my little diamond, so I'll get that fixed for you in just a moment. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner after putting the fly to center field out for out number 1. Now it is Castro at the plate, and the first pitch was a call strike on the outside corner. And that's going to be low for ball number 1. So 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. As in the circle for is Gallegos is in the circle, and Crawford behind the plate. So Gallegos, Crawford, your battery for the Goddard Lady Rockets. And that pitch is going to be a ball. So 2-1 is the count. So 2-1 the count. As they have a Garcia. We have 2 Garcias, and they have 1. It's Garcia on first. That's going to be just a little inside. That's not far off from the inside pitch he's been calling a strike a couple of times, but Castro is lucky. That is a ball. So 3-1 the count on Castro now. Trying to get something started. Lovington is ahead by 1 run. They'd like to add to that here. That's going to be ball 4. It was right over the plate, but it was a little bit high.
Good eye for Malaya there is you've got to make these pitchers work, especially for Goddard, as they've had kind of an up and down season as you look at everything overall. But Lovington, if they can just be a little patient and find the right pitches, these pitchers like Gallegos will give them things that they can hit and they can handle.
And that's going to bring up number 5, Sabri Sanchez, your designated player to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. She shows bunt, and it's a strong one, and it allows Garcia at first to turn around and get the lead runner. She throws out Castro at second, and so Sabri Sanchez reaches on the fielder's choice with 2 outs now, a runner at first. Good mechanics and basics there, as that bunt was just a little too strong. She certainly met the ball, but just didn't press down on it, pushed it out a little too much, and a little too strong. At least there wasn't a double play turned. Is Lovington still alive? 2 outs, a runner on first, and top of the order, Nahi Quiroga to the plate. That's low and inside for ball 1. Quiroga had a fly out to right field, a long, well-hit ball. Her first time at bat. This is her second plate appearance, and it is 1-0 the count. Quiroga with a sharply hit ball over to third, picks it up and fires to first in time to get her. So from 5-3 in the books, that was Serrano over to Garcia. That's the 3rd out. Lovington tries but comes up short, trying to increase their lead, but they are up by 1. 1-0 is the score, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball coming up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base in the at-bat for the Lady Cats. So we go to the top of the third inning. 1-0 is your score. Lady Cats are leading, but it's the Lady Rockets of Goddard who come up to the plate. The end of the order, 7, 8, 9, due up. That's Morales, Gallegos, Guzman for the Lady Rockets, trying to get something started. And Lovington with the 1-0 lead here. This game moving pretty quickly. It was 3 up, 3 down, three straight strikeouts for Urahara in the top of the first, and then 3 straight outs, a pop out, a fly out, and a ground ball unassisted out on the third one, Olguin at first. So the first pitch into Morales is fouled off for strike 1, and Morales is a left-handed batter. So top of the third, no outs, 0-1 count. Morales with a little kind of, it looked like she was going to sort of have that little drag swing slap that left-handed batters often do, but she missed the ball, swing and a miss.
Yeah, good change up there from Urahara. She realized what she was going to do and took something off.
And now that one, she came back with some heat, and Morales was waiting on it. It was on the outside corner, and for Morales, the inside corner of the plate, and so she golfed that. She was way out in front of it and fouled it off out of play to the right. And she has a backwards stance. It's not open. She has her right foot near up near the plate, and her left foot back by the line.
Yeah, you see that very closed stance with a lot of the left-hand slap
right.
hitters. So.
And it just makes it easier, that motion, it makes it easier for them. And they bring that left foot up, though, when they start their motion to hit. Be inside.
Ooh, she broke the plane, looked like when she was ducking out of the way.
It looked like her wrist broke, when she turned. She had her bat across the broken wrist, and yeah, it did look like that bat crossed the plane, but it was called a ball. So one ball, 2 strikes, and a little, again, a slap hit. It goes down the right base of the baseline across the right field and goes way out into right field and thrown back in. So she's kind of got deceptive. The ball, she hits the ball with a lot of force and speed, but she's not swinging the bat much. But now it's still 1-2 the count. And a swing and a miss, and that was smart of Urahara. She saw how that batter liked the inside pitches. So what she did, she came back outside with her, and sure enough, Morales had kind of, she used her little slap swing and missed the ball.
Well, and took a lot off of it, too, and she was well out in front of it. Of course, that's one of Daphne's strengths, is that she can throw it in there with a lot of momentum, or she can, pretty much just have it, kind of choo-choo up there.
Strikeout number 4 for her, and the next batter up, Gallegos, the pitcher, with a first pitch is a strike on her. So 2 outs, or 1 out rather, 1 out, and Gallegos up, Guzman in the hole. Ooh, that hits the outside corner, yes, and this ump has been calling that. It's a generous outside corner, and it's a bit of a generous inside corner when he calls it. He's been a little less consistent on the inside corner than on the out. So 0-2 count on Gallegos. And that misses just a little bit, although Quiroga did a nice job framing that up for the ump.
Yeah, I think maybe
the
that
glove a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit high there as Gallegos held off on it.
And a 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Gallegos. Be good to get this batter if she can. That comes in a little low. So count even now. She had a ball to give, though. And I think she was thinking if she it just ran a fastball over the outside corner that with 2 strikes on her, Gallegos might swing at that. Swing and a hit right up the middle, picked up by Rodriguez. The and fired over to Olguin. Nicely played, nice throw, just in time. So great, 6-3 as Rodriguez was kind of shading over to the second base anyway, and that gave her a couple of extra feet really to head over there.
Still had to charge up on that, though. There was not a whole lot on that one.
Showed a lot of good speed and grace in the throw, and hot throw, and Olguin handling it as always. So beautiful work in the field. 2 outs, 2 batters up, 2 outs. Now it is the batter in the 9th slot, number 18, Jorge Guzman in left field, and the first pitch is in. It's a ball, so 1-0 count. 2 outs, nobody on, and Lovington would like to go ahead and get this out efficiently, get back to the dugout. They have a 1-0 lead, but they'd like to add to that here against Goddard. A swing on the inside that probably, well, it may have been called a strike. You never know with the ump. He has been calling some of those right there a strike, and sometimes not, but definitely Guzman ahead of that, waiting for it, and really likes that. And that's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner as Guzman went for the inside pitch and snapped it around. So Urahara picking up on that, probably not going to throw her an inside pitch like that again.
Good tailing movement on that, too, as it came in and had a little bit of a late break there. So would have been very hard for Guzman to catch up with and to do a whole lot with.
Yeah, probably her bat would have probably been a little short for it, and that misses a little bit as almost the same pitch by Urahara, but it broke a little too much. So 1-2 the count, but it does look like she's probably, or 2-1 count that is, it looks like she's probably going to want to stay away from that inside pitch. Yes, beautiful outside, and that's it, because the strike was, the count was 1-2. And that was a strikeout. So 3 up, 3 down again, although Guzman goes down looking. 5th strikeout for Urahara, and that brings an end to Goddard's at bat. We'll be back after no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We will have the bottom of the 3rd inning coming up on Lady Wildcats softball here on Lovington Sports YouTube at HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. It's going to be number 2, 3, and 4 batters up for Lovington as they are leading 1-0, but they really need to work their bats. They left 2 on base in their last at bat. They left 2 on base in their first at bat, 1 on base in their last at bat. And they just don't want to waste those base runners, try to bring them around and in. They need the runs on the board, and they're going to try to get those in this at-bat. So it is Morales, Rodriguez, Olguin due up for Lovington. And a swing and a high pop fly headed out to right field. And coming up under that, she kind of in her hand and then dropped it. And so that's going to allow Morales to get to second base.
Two hands.
Yeah, that is Jayla Morales out in right field for Goddard. And yeah, I thought she was ready to ride it down as a fly to position 9 for out 1. And she dropped that. Ended up dropping it right in front of the fence, and Morales reaches second base on the E9.
So now important to get timely hitting through the heart of your order with number 3, 4, and 5.
Zabri Rodriguez to the plate, a swing and a miss, and that is a line drive shot that hits the fence in left field, and that'll score 1. And she gets to second base and would have needed to be tagged because it was not a force. And the throw was good and came in, but Rodriguez was able to stand it up and get in safely. And so that's an RBI single. She really came in on the throw An RBI single, well hit ball out to left field, and scored Morales from second. So no outs. Now the score is 2-0. And that brings up number 9, Jocelyn O'Gean, the cleanup hitter for Lovington, to the plate. She walked and got stranded her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. By the way, Zabri Rodriguez reached on an error the first time up as well, but she had an RBI single this time, drove in the second run. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It's high and outside for ball 1. But Olguin looking, I think Coach McCraw wanting to move that runner at second over to third if he can, but not to have her hit away if she can.
I've never quite agreed with that, having the heart of your lineup try and bunt when you're playing small ball.
A swing and a foul back over our heads as O'Gean. That ball was right over the heart of the plate, but it had a little rise, a little spin and a little rise on it. She hit it just slightly under it and spun it back. So 1-1 count, a runner on second, 1 run across, swing and a miss. O'Gean, I think in fact she may have tipped that slightly, but 1-2 count now
and
on
although
her.
I will always say the Coach DePorto comes over to have a word with Olguin.
Right.
There's a reason that I sit up here and not down there, because those are decisions that the coaches are much more qualified to make than am I. So.
Well, and coaches don't always get it right, and they'll tell you, they feel it after the game, the instances where they think that they coulda, shoulda, woulda, they will usually say, oh, man, I wish I hadn't sent that runner, or I wish I'd done this or that. But that's hindsight. You never know. When you're being aggressive and trying to get runs across, a swing and a miss. She was in front of that as Gallegos took a little bit off. Oh, she foul-tipped it, got enough on it to stay alive.
Knocked the ump's mask off, as a matter of fact.
So got enough on it. I didn't think she that it hit. I just thought it was a pass ball and that the ump, threw his mask off as the ball went past him. So, but I'm glad Olguin got enough of it. Stay alive, 1-2. Let's see what she can do. Oh, a swing and a miss as well. Olguin walked and got stranded her first time up. This time the strikeout, but it's just out number 1.
Number 6, Zimri Ellis.
So Olguin will be back in form later on. This is just the second at bat, so she's probably going to get at least 1 more, maybe 2 more at bats in this game, hopefully. Zimri Ellis, center fielder, coming up. She hit a long fly ball out to center field her last time up. It was caught, so she's 0 for 1. That is going to be low and outside. Good job by Crawford to hang on to that to keep it from getting by her, because the runner out on second is Zabri Rodriguez, and Coach McCraw really wants to move her over to third and in if possible. So yes, that's exactly what we would like to. That's going to be just a little high for ball 2. I think it was probably right there on the outside corner, but 2-0 the count now on Zimri Ellis with 1 out, 1 on. Yaya Garcia on deck, and Urahara in the hole. Ooh, swing and a grounder over to third, and she fires over to first, and the throw back to third's not going to be in time, so it acts like a sack. It is a sack. It is the second out, 5-3 in the books, but it does move the runner over to third, and now number 16, Yaya Garcia, up to the plate. She struck out her first time to the plate, so she'll have a little extra incentive when she steps up there. She's going to want to hit the cover off of it. All she needs to do is meet the ball and get a hit and try to bring that runner in. So 2-out rally time here for Lovington, and a little, it's going to end up being a foul ball as Yaya hit it, but didn't hit it dead center, and it ended up, it looked like a bunt actually, but a swinging bunt.
Kind of hit it on the very bottom of the tip of the bat, and it hit the plate first, fortunately, because that one just sat there and spun, and probably would have been an easy throw for Crawford.
Right, so it's a good thing that it turned out to be, even though it's a strike. Oh, and that's going to hit Yaya, as that one broke too much. It was headed for the inside corner, but it was way inside. Yaya takes her base. That never feels good, even though that wasn't a super hard pitch. It's always hard enough to leave a bruise and not feel good. So Yaya on first base. Coach DePorto asking her, is she able to stay on first?
I think he's actually going to send a pinch runner in. So,
well,
of course, in softball, since you have the unlimited substitutions. So.
I've been watching DePorto talking to her on first. It looks like McCraw was indicating, and somebody will come out of the dugout. That's number 23, and that's Johanna Ochoa. who is going to courtesy run for Garcia. So Garcia goes to the dugout, going to nurse that tender hip, and Johanna Ochoa will run. So 2 outs. Now runners at the corners. You got Lady Wildcats at first and third. That is Rodriguez on third and Ochoa on first, pinch running for Garcia. Daphne Urahara coming up. She had a long fly out to center field her first time to the plate. 0 for 1, would like to get at least 1 or 2 runs in. That's going to miss outside for ball 1.
And Lovington has done a whole lot of damage this year with 2 outs, and now would be the time to really start doing that. And Urahara, even though is a fantastic pitcher, would like a few more than just 2 runs on the board in support. And if she can help herself, I have a feeling she will.
Yeah, and she shows bunt. And then, and does not get the bat back in time. The throw down to third, it goes out to left field, and the throw in is not good. And then the runner goes to third and is safe there as well. So a bad throw, an E2, gets the runner home. So Rodriguez makes it home, and then the throw in over to third is not in time, and that allows Ochoa to be standing on third with 2 outs. And just like that, you were just talking about Lovington doing a lot of damage with 2 outs in games this year. And that first pitch to Malaya Castro is on the inside corner for a call, strike 1.
Well, that's something they've done too. Get the pieces moving. Just a little bitty bad throw there. An error scores a run and gets a runner over to third.
That's actually strike 2 on her, so her count is 1 and 2. That misses, and it gets by Crawford, but McCraw keeps Ochoa on third. He thinks there's not enough time. He has enough respect for Crawford's speed, and he also saw Gallegos going into home to cover. And between the two of them, he felt like it's not worth the risk. He's already gotten 2 across the plate in this. He decided not to get greedy and push it with 2 outs. That misses low as well. So 3 and 1 is the count.
And there's not a lot of room behind home plate in the backstop in the runoff area at this field. So it pretty much has to hit and go off down one of the lines to get time to go in.
Full count on Castro. 2 outs, a runner on third. A swing and a high fly ball headed out to right field. Morales under it, and she makes the grab, and she makes the grab, and that's out number 3. So Malaya Castro gave it a ride, Urahara gave it a ride and a good try, but it's a fly out to position 9 in the books for third out, and Lovington able to put 2 runs across there, and they did it with just 1 hit. I scored it as 1 error. You're going to call that? Yeah, I think that's true too. 1 for sure, and I wanted to know what you thought about the other one. So 2 errors and 1 left on base. So Lovington with a 3-0 lead, and we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball in 30 seconds.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So in that bottom of the 3rd inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 left on base. So Lovington in the lead 3-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Lady Rockets up to bat, and they are going back to the top of their order. Lovington was able to dispatch them 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So we're just now getting back up to the top of the lineup for the Lady Rockets. But keep in mind, a 3-0 lead is definitely a good one, but teams
teams start figuring out the pitching, and all of a sudden things can happen in a hurry.
Around the middle of the game, a 3-0 lead can disappear if you're not being very careful, and that pitch was just a little too far outside.
Saw that last night, as a matter of fact, with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. They had a 4-0 lead in the 2nd game against Carlsbad, and all of a sudden, oops.
They were 4-0 in the top of the 4th, And then Carlsbad ended up winning that. There is a little blooper that's going to fall in for a hit. Nothing you could do as it was between left and center. Oh, they're going to say that she slid in. Wow, as that was a good throw as Bailey Garcia, and it was dead right in the middle of center and left. Garcia and Ellis both went after it. Garcia got it, made a good throw into second base, and Campa was rolling in towards second, and the ump said she slid in under the tag, safe.
First hit of the ball game for Goddard.
And it is also putting a runner in scoring position for Goddard with no outs, and that brings up Kiana Gonzalez, the center fielder, up to the plate, and it's a 1-0 count on her. So no outs, 1-0. Beautiful pitch. It's just a little too high. The ump is calling that corner, but he's being very careful about how high that pitch is. He's not generous with it being like if it's up even at the letters or a little below. He's still calling it a ball. There's a grounder that's going to find its way in between first and second, and it gets out to right field and will score one as Castro gets on it, brings it in. Olguin had turned around for some reason, and that ball thought it was going to be headed toward her, but that ball really was between her and Honey Morales. So Castro fielded it and threw it in,
didn't manage to get a play at the plate.
No way. That brought in Campa. So with no outs, 1 run across, and that pitch also misses off of the corner. So now,
all of a sudden, Goddard's hitters starting to figure out back-to-back hits, a double, a single, and now it's just a 2-run ball game. Lovington needs to tighten it back up.
That hits the outside corner for a call strike. So now it's a 1-1 count on Hernandez, who is the shortstop for the Lady Rockets. So you had 2 batters up with back-to-back hits. That comes in on the inside corner, and that's going to be one that the umpire does call a strike. So
good, almost like a splitter or a cutter that has a lot of late break, and it comes in over that inside corner.
A swing and should have swung at it. I thought it was a strike. Quiroga drops it, but then picks it up, makes the throw to second. Not in time. It goes over, and luckily Ellis is there covering, and so was Morales.
Yeah, that sailed on Quiroga just a little bit as Rodriguez had to go try and climb the ladder. Managed to knock it down, and no way you were going to get that with that one sailing like it was.
So a stolen base puts a runner in scoring position again. And this game, of course, the score is 3-1 with no outs here. And Hernandez at the plate, a 2-2 count on her. And that comes in just a little high, but didn't miss by much.
Hernandez right up on the edge of the plate. I mean, she's hugging that plate.
And it just almost hit her. So full count and a swing, and a late swing, I think, protecting the plate because that was on the outside corner. And it goes foul past the Lovington dugout. So count remains full. No outs, a runner on second, 1 run across for Goddard already. And they're fired up. You can hear a lot of activity in their dugout. So Lovington really needs to shut things down and get outs here. They can't afford mistakes. Swing, and that also is going to go out to right. Now, that was a true hit in between first and second, and the throw comes in. It hits Olguin, the cutoff point, but it does not allow them to get a very speedy Gonzalez, who comes in all the way from second. So that's an RBI single for Marisol Hernandez. A sharply hit ball again right between first and second. Nothing anybody could do about that one for sure, TJ.
No, and when they're like that, Olguin could have dove to her right, but as hard as that one was, it was on her and past her before she even had a chance to really think about it.
Yeah, and I think even if she dove and stopped it, there would not have been time to make a throw or a play on it. So a true hit. That hits the inside corner as Serrano moves back on it, but this ump is calling that inside corner. And he's being more generous with the lower part of the zone on the inside and outside corners than he is on the upper part of the zone. Nice as Urahara brought the heat on the outside corner for call strike 2 and throw down Quiroga to first to keep Hernandez honest down there.
And a good tag by Olguin. If she would have popped any off of the bag, she would have been out.
Yeah, as Olguin not going to let the base runners push her around out there. She owns first base, and she's not shy about her territory. And that's going to be a foul ball, so strike 2. 0-2 the count on Serrano. This is a batter that Lovington really needs to get out. This is super important. They have a 1-run lead over the Goddard now. A swing and a grounder. That is Yaya Garcia who makes the stop, but she dove for it, and then she made a good throw. It was just, she didn't have time, and she didn't, her body position didn't allow her to get any kind of speed on that throw at all, but it was accurate, but it is an infield single.
So a double and then 3 straight singles, and Goddard is in business trying to break it open here in the 4th.
With no outs, still no outs. That's what's dangerous about this. Is 2 runs across, now runners on first and second with no outs, and number 1, Adriana Garcia, the first baseman, up to the plate. That misses. It hits the inside corner, but a little too low, so ball 1. Crawford on deck, Morales in the hole for the Lady Rockets, who are, after going 3 up, 3 down for 3 straight at-bats, now they're in business, and they're trying to make a comeback, and that hits the inside corner. Nice pitch by Urahara to even things up, 1-1. Just gosh, really.
Well, and it's not must win for Lovington, but if they want a shot at the district title, it's pretty much must win, because Artesia with that split kind of controls the district a little bit.
Now that was a little too inside. Garcia jumped back from that, and I think that was a ball, and the umpire called that a ball. So 2-1 is your count now, and 4. It's actually. Yep, 3-2 is your score here. Ooh, beautiful pitch on the outside corner. You
and
bet.
Garcia knew it as she just, her shoulders slumped and her head went down like, I may not see a better one than that all season.
Well, I'm not sure that she could have hit it really well. It was a fast ball in that outside corner, but she knew it was going to be a call strike for sure. So she crowds the plate. Her bat would have been long enough for sure. She's right up in front of the bat box, and that one she was well in front of and smokes that out of play off to the left. And lucky for Lovington, that was out of play.
Because if not, it's probably out of the park.
So 2-2 count, no outs. 2 have crossed the plate, and runners at first and second. Oh, good pitch, just a little outside. Oh, runs the count full. She didn't miss it by much.
And you need to attack here. It's a full count. You do not want to load the bases with nobody out.
Now she needs to go to her go-to pitch and just put it across the plate, find the zone, and just trust your fielders. So full count, an important out. Oh, inside corner, yes, beautiful. Strike out, call strike. And first out.
And that's a big out, too, because that also puts the possibility of a double play out there of the conventional sense.
Yep, runners on first and second. It brings up number 30, Meech Crawford, to the plate. And Crawford had a grounder that Olguin handled by herself her last time up. And, Lovington faithful wanted a strike out of that. The ump did not agree. He called that a ball. 1-0 count. Crawford on deck, Morales in the hole. 1 out, runners on first and second. Another important out. Oh, and a swing. That would have been a call strike as Crawford hits the end of the bat, hits that off the end of her bat, and out of play off to the right for strike 1. 1-1 count. And Urahara was 6 strikeouts in the circle so far through 3.5 at-bats, let's say, and that misses outside. And a good job by Quiroga. She scooted over and grabbed that one to keep it from getting by her. Otherwise, both of those base runners probably would have taken off. 2-1 count. So Urahara steps away from the rubber and reaches for the rosin bag. Now in place. And a high fly ball might be out of the park. I think it is. I think it's over. I think it's over the fence, and it is. Oh, boy. This is trouble. That's going to be a 3-run home run for Crawford, and that is going to put Goddard on top by 2 runs. 5-3 is your score.
And that one just got away from Daphne, as it was as you like to call them, a watermelon. It didn't have a lot on it. It was kind of her mid-speed pitch. It hung and caught way too much of the plate. Crawford was sitting back waiting on it and just put a charge in that one as Garcia out and left just looked at it go over the Lions Club sign out there.
Yeah, nothing
no
she could do.
doubter.
No, it definitely sailed, and the wind really didn't have to help that one at all. It was out of the park, and it looked that way. By the time it was passing over, past the shortstop and third baseman's way over their heads, I thought that trajectory has it looking like it's out of the park, and it certainly was. So that brought in Hernandez and Serrano, and of course Crawford touched the plate. And now, after 3 scoreless at bats in the top of the 4th, Goddard's in business. They put 5 runs across, and they've taken the lead 5-3, and still just 1 out. So,
and again, if you want to control your destiny, you've got to come back and win this game. You cannot plan on anybody knocking off Artesia. So you need to settle it back down, and I think that was probably a good timeout, maybe a batter or two too late for Coach McCraw to go out and just kind of settle things down. It looks like Goddard's hitters have picked up what Urahara is trying to do. So now going to be important just to kind of take the deep breath, pull it back together, get the next 2 outs, and see if you can charge back in this one.
Yeah, this is the second plate appearance for every Goddard hitter so far. Even the ones that struck out have hit now.
She better be careful. She may be out of the box with that back foot.
Yeah, that back foot does not look like it. It looked like it's right on the line. It's smudged back there, but that ump might need to take a look at that and be aware of that. First pitch is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. So 0-1 count, 1 out, nobody on base, a swing and a miss. And Urahara, remembering that this batter likes, she fouled off several off the inside, off of the inside corner, and so Urahara, well, that she brought it up inside and high. She was able to strike this batter out last time by keeping it outside the inside pitches. This batter kind of smoked, and that one is going to be a little foul bloop. And so it'll keep it count 1-2 now. 1 out, top of the 4th. Lovington with nobody on. Things have settled back down. Damage has been done. Now they just need to work the outs and get in the dugout and get those runs back. That's going to miss the inside corner. Morales moved out of the box but didn't swing. She's adjusted. That left foot is not quite back as far as it was. Well, yeah, now she moved it.
Maybe even a little further back.
I think it's on the line if it wasn't smudged. Whoa. I just thought that was a strike. Oh, boy.
A little bit inconsistent on that pitch.
Yeah, that side of the plate, he's just being a little more inconsistent than the other side of the plate. And that misses inside, and that's going to be a walk. So Morales takes the plate, but I don't blame Urahara. She's having a little trouble because she's thinking, okay, this one should be a strike, this one should be a strike, and she's, as a pitcher, it becomes a little tough for you to plan your pitches and to feel like you hit the zone, you hit it where you wanted to, but it was not called a strike. It wasn't a strike, or maybe you missed it by just a little bit and it was a ball. So a walk, and that's just the first walk that Urahara has issued in this game. Brings up Gallegos to the plate.
And I think maybe a give back, because that one looked like it was probably 6 inches off the plate there.
Gallegos grounded out to the shortstop, her first and only other plate appearance. That is going to be a ball. So 1-1 count. Hi.
And it's kind of hard for us, too. We kind of pick up on the rhythms and the locations and things, and we're not ever sure what it is.
Now, that one is on the outside corner, and that's a pitch that that's been consistently called a strike for both Urahara and Hernandez, the pitcher for Goddard. 1-2 count, 1 out, 1 run, 1 runner on. That is swing and a miss, and a strikeout number 7 for Urahara, and a good time for it, I tell you. That strikeout, that's out number 2, so 2 outs, a runner on first, and I think that helps make up for that walk. Nothing ever makes up for it, but it takes the sting out and makes you feel better that, all right, I lost one, but then I got one. That misses on the outside corner. Q throws it down to first, trying to keep Morales on the bag. Little sweep tag there, but Morales back on base. And Guzman with a 1-0 count, batting in the 9th slot.
And Goddard has batted around this inning.
Yes, with this batter, they have batted around. A nice changeup. Urahara taking a lot off that and putting it over the outside corner. Very nice. 1-1 count. 2 outs, a runner on first. And a swing and a miss. She brought that one a little more over the center of the plate and a little more speed on it, but really still a changeup pitch and a medium speed pitch. So 2 strikes, 1-2. Don't want to lose this batter. Want to go ahead and get this out. That misses. A little more pop in the glove. Brought some speed, and it had late breaking action. Broke just a little too much. The ump gave it a close look, but it is a ball. 2-2 the count. Beautiful afternoon. Just 1 game here against Goddard. Beautiful pitches. Fouled out of play as protecting the plate, and Guzman, knowing that that was probably going to be a call strike pitch, went ahead and fouled it off, spoiled it off. Decided pretty late to swing on that. 2-2 the count still. Good pitch and a good catch, as that was a line drive shot to third. Yaya Garcia had to reach up and catch that and keep it. So a little line drive shot to position 5 in the book for out number 3. And finally, the at-bat is over. Goddard batted around. They played at 5, and the score is 5-3. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th inning with more Lady Wildcat softball.
Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
In the top of the 4th inning, Goddard plated 5 on 5 hits, including a 3-run a 3-run home run. There were no errors. Lovington not making errors in that, but they did allow 5 runs across, and Goddard left 1 on base. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is 5-3. Goddard leading. Lovington with some work to do. They need to get the bat swinging, get those runners around, and catch up, if not go ahead of Goddard in this at bat. This is the time to do it. It's the bottom of the 4th. You don't want to go into a slump here and leave yourself less time and fewer at bats to make those runs up, TJ.
No, this is the time where you need to do it. And Lovington has kind of had a problem the last 3, 4, 5, 6 games, getting those late hits and coming back in late innings and continuing any momentum they had.
So it's going to be 8, 9, and 1 due up, and that's going to be call strike on the outside corner right at the knees on Malaya Castro, leadoff batter. 0-1 count as it's bottom of the 4th inning. 5-3 your score here. Lovington needs to make up those runs. That's going to be a little too low, almost the same pitch, but she dropped that a few inches and under the zone. 1-1 count as it is Castro, Sanchez, and then backed up to the top, Quiroga for Lovington. And a swing and a A shallow hit out into left field is going to put Malaya Castro on. That's all you need to do. You don't have to swing for the fence up there. You need to make contact and get hits, and that's exactly what Malaya did, and let's hope she just starts a trend here.
Yeah, good approach right there. She didn't try to kill it, just met it and let the pitcher's momentum and the momentum off the bat do it. It's just it's simple physics.
Number 5, Sabri Sanchez, designated player in this game, batting in the 9th slot. Up to the plate. That is going to, oh, whoa, I think that missed a little. The ump is being generous on the outside corner, and batters, have to beware and just take that into consideration. So no outs, a runner on first, and an 0-1 count on Sanchez. You just shake it off and you move on if you're a batter. She shows bunt, missed the ball though, and a throw down to first gets away as Garcia. The throw was not bad, but it got away from her and went out into the right field. So Morales had to throw it to second, and Castro was able to slide in safely. So really, the throw was not bad.
It was an error on the first baseman.
It was an error. It was an E3 that allowed Castro to get into scoring position. And it was also a strike at the plate, so 0-2 count. And I think that what she was doing was just trying to show bunt and lay a screen down because they were going to give Castro the sign to steal. That's what I think.
I would agree with that.
So Sanchez hitting away now with 2 strikes on her, and that misses high and outside for ball number 2. So 2-2 count now.
And now if you're Malaya, you're out on second. Your job and your goal is to get to third, and that may mean playing with the pitcher and the catcher a little bit and giving your batter an opportunity to move you around if they can distract Gallegos just a touch.
A huge hole between shortstop and second, and unfortunately it was almost right exactly where the ball was hit, and Hernandez fielded that. She looked the runner back to second and then made the throw. So unfortunately, if she hadn't been shaded over, I was just saying there is huge hole out there right up the middle because second base is shaded over toward first, and Hernandez is playing shaded over toward third. And now with 1 out, a runner at second, Quiroga up to the plate. She's due. And the pitch is high and away for ball number 1. So 1-0 count, 1 out. So Lovington still with 2 outs to play with here. And they need to get at least a couple of runs across and get the game tied up or go ahead if they can. Quiroga, then Morales, and then Rodriguez. And that's going to miss just a little high. It was over the outside corner. The ump, again, more generous with the inside-outside than he has been with the up and the down here. But mostly consistent with just a few exceptions. That misses high and inside, so that's going to be 3 balls and no strikes. Quiroga's a leadoff hitter, though. I have a feeling McCraw probably tells her, if you see one, she'll have the green light. She'll have the green light, and because it's up to the pitcher to put it over the plate, and Quiroga is going to be waiting for a good pitch, or she'll work the walk. That was a good pitch. Whoa, and incredibly,
I'm a little surprised.
We both felt like the take sign would not be on, but apparently it was. And so I think since Coach McCraw needs runs, he's being conservative at the bat, but he's being aggressive on the base paths. High fly ball headed to center field. Is it going to be in time and enough for Gonzalez to get? Yes. So Quiroga hit the very first ball that she hit, her first time up at the plate, was almost identical to that. She hit it straight away.
Kind of taking the uppercut there that we see so much of now today. And again, I mentioned this yesterday. I had a coach, not a current coach for any team in Lee County, I will say that, who apparently that's the new trend. Thank you, Mike Judge, and his hitting coach.
It's that launch angle. They're talking about the launch angle and trajectory. High, it's an infield pop, and Gallegos calls for it, comes in and makes the grab. So Lovington threatens but can't get the runner from second to home, and they leave a runner on base this time, and that is going to be dangerous maybe because they are running out of time. They are 2 runs behind now, and they're going to have to try to keep Goddard scoreless in the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
In this day and time, every household needs reliable internet, and lots of it. LECO can provide that if you live in our fiber area. Give us a call. We can give you a gig of bandwidth speed. If you already have our service, it's easy to upgrade to a faster speed. LECO offers various priced packages to meet the increased needs of your family, providing you with faster speeds to your home. Upgrade now or simply make the switch to better, faster, more reliable internet. Call 370-5010. That's 370-5010.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Lovington has no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. It is the Lady Rockets of Goddard coming up to the plate, and it's the top of the order. Campa, Gonzalez, Hernandez, 1, 2, 3, as Goddard still leading 5-3. Lovington wants to try to get out sufficiently and not allow them to get runs, get 5 across like they did in their last at-bat, TJ.
It was Campa with a ringing double that started that 5-run outburst in the 4th.
And this is going to just miss the outside corner. So ball 1 on Campa. She struck out her first time up. Then she hit a double and scored her second plate appearance. Lovington needs to get them 3 up, 3 down if they can. That's going to be a hit straight away into shallow center. A little line drive over the pitcher's head is going to put Campa on first base. So she's on with a single, and that brings up Gonzalez, the center fielder. She hit a single, moved over on a stolen base, and then was batted in. I think she came in as part of the 3-run homer.
No, she actually scored on the Hernandez single.
Yep, she scored 1 before that. And then Crawford batted herself in, Serrano and Hernandez in. And that pitch comes in, and Quiroga gives a long look down first base, but does not make the throw, as Gonzalez with a 1-0 count. So a runner on first, no outs. Hernandez on deck, Serrano in the hole. That's going to be a call strike on the outside corner.
And as one of my coaches used to say, this guy's east-west goes all the way coast to coast. Sometimes his north-south, though, ends about Nebraska.
Yeah, it's pretty short from top to bottom of the zone for him. But again, as long as the consistency is there, and it's mostly been there, just a few times here and there, it's been a little off, and that makes it a little difficult, both as a batter and as a pitcher. But again, not going to complain. This is just an observation because all the umps are different. And you're going to get good calls, you're going to get bad calls, and that's just part of the game. And that is outside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. 2-2 the count. Sorry, my bad. 2-2. No outs. A runner on first. Lovington wants to get outs and not give up any runs in this at bat for Goddard. That misses low and outside for ball 3. So full count now, as Urahara has struck out 7 in this game. No, wait, 1, 2.
Yep, 7.
Yep, 7. I wanted to double check, make sure I was right.
Only given up 5 hits, but all 5 of them have scored.
I miscounted a few times in the Carlsbad. Yeah, a strike 3 and a strikeout, and that is now. So coincidentally, we were just talking about strikeouts. That's number 8 for Daphne Urahara now. 1 out, and that's a biggie, but 1 run on. And Hernandez to the plate. She had an RBI single her last time up, and she struck out her first time. Swing and a grounder is going to make it through between short and third, but Bailey Garcia picks it up and throws it in and holds the hit to a single. So Campa moves to second, and Hernandez is on with a sharply hit single between shortstop and third base.
So Goddard applying some more pressure here. You are going to keep Rodriguez and Morales back up the middle. They're hoping for that hard ground ball that they can turn 2 with.
So 1 out, runners at first and second, and that brings up their cleanup hitter, Roxy Serrano, third baseman, to the plate. She had an infield single and scored her last time up, and she popped out to popped out, I believe.
Garcia.
To third base. Her first time up. First pitch is in. It's a ball, so 1-0 count. 1 out. 1-0 count. Oh, a swing and a foul back to the screen to even things up. And that was a good pitch by Urahara. Serrano swinging just a little late on it, but mostly underneath it, which is why she spun it back to the screen. So 1-1 count. Oh, beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Urahara bringing the heat and breaking it just the right amount at the right time. 1-2. Lovington, of course, important. Try not to give up any more runs. They're trailing by 2. They've got time to make up those runs. Oh, and a ground ball is going to be fair. Yaya Garcia dove for it but couldn't get to it, and that is going to score 1. As it was called, she touched it before it went foul. She touched it, and they called it a fair ball. And so that is going to score Campa from second. Ouch. And Hernandez is able to get to second, and Serrano has an what do you call it? Is it a hit?
No, it was hard right down the line, right on the baseline. It's a hit.
Okay.
It's an RBI single.
An RBI single. All right. Just want to make sure we score it the same way in the book. So RBI single. So now Lovington trailing by 3, 6-3 your score. 1 out, a runner on second, and that is Adriana Garcia, the first baseman, to the plate.
Garcia 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, she had a fly out and a strikeout, and that's a call strike. So now it's 2-2, the count on her. So 2-2. 1 out. Runners at first and second. And that's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. A call strike and a strikeout. That's a biggie, and that is strikeout.
Nope, that was just strike 2.
Oh, it's strike 2. I had it down. I did too. I thought it was 3. I think they need to.
No, that was strike 2.
It was strike 2?
Yep.
Okay, I still had it that way. And that's going to be a foul ball, so count remains 2-2. Yeah,
I had that. I had it right on my book. So
all right. Well,
doesn't mean anything.
You had it. You had it the way that the ump is indicating. We think we might have been right. I don't know.
I'm not the official scorekeeper. We can go look at the video later.
Yeah. All right.
Video review. This video review is sponsored by your name here.
2-2. And that's a strike. So there we go. Now we finally see it. It happened, but it just happened a little late. Well, we were foretelling. We're just doing a little fortune telling there, weren't we? So a strikeout, out number 2, and that brings up Crawford to the plate. Meech Crawford. She had the 3-run home run, a solidly hit ball over the left field fence last time. And then she grounded out the first time up. And so Urahara going to pitch a little carefully to her, but that was a little too outside for ball number 1. 2 outs now. 1-0 is the count. Top of the 5th inning. Roswell Goddard has put 1 across. They have runners on first and second, and that is going to just miss, as that was just a little too high maybe. I think if that were lower, I think you might have called it on the corner.
It was on the Nebraska-Iowa border.
2-0 the count. Don't want to lose this batter. 2 outs, runners on first and second. That is going to be a call strike, as that finally hits the sweet spot, and the ump says yes. 2-1 the count now. But Urahara being careful. She is trying to keep things on the outside of the plate, not give Crawford much to work with here. And beautiful. Brings a little more heat, but hits that outside corner as well.
And Crawford steps out shaking her head. She was getting ready to toss the bat, and I think the ump saw that. And if that one was on the line, if you do that before they award you the base, it'll be a strike every time.
Yeah. It was going to miss, but I think protecting the plate, and it came in as a kind of an off-speed pitch, and Crawford chased it. And so that's a great time for another strikeout by Daphne Urahara, and she ends up all 3 outs in the inning were strikeouts. So that ends the at-bat. Goddard's able to plate one, though, and they go up by 3. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the 5th inning, Roswell plated 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, 2 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Lovington is trailing by 3. Your score is 6-3, and Lovington coming up. It's the heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 for Lovington. Rodriguez, Holguin, Ellis due up at the plate.
And important that you get the bats going right here. You do not want to stay down by 3, especially since it looks like Goddard has figured out Udahata just a little bit. So you need to go ahead and claw back into this one. I think this inning, it's important that you get at least one of those 3 runs, if not more.
Yeah. You want to try to tie it up or go ahead here if you can, but you need to do it 1 run at a time, 1 batter at a time, and not get ahead of yourself and not swing for the fences.
Yeah,
you know,
quit swinging. Everybody wants the home run.
Yeah, but you got to populate the bases first, so that you've got somebody on for batters to bring around and in, whether they do it with hits or home runs. So stepping up is Zabri Rodriguez. First pitch, she smokes one down the third base line. Oh, and that one was foul. That one looked very close to the one that they called fair that Yaya Garcia knocked down. But I guess it went out before it got to the bag.
Yeah, I was going to say the rule is the bag on the line, and if it is fair when it gets to the bag or hits the bag on that corner, it's fair. But if it's foul, then by the middle of the bag, it's foul.
But if you touch it.
Correct.
While it's, if it was headed foul, but you touch it when it's in front of the bag and it's still,
and it's still
on
fair
the bag,
and you're in
fair
territory.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's the difference there. Rodriguez now with a 1-1 count on her and a high fly ball. It could be trouble. Coming in for it, though, is Gonzalez from center field and makes the grab. So a high fly ball again with swinging for the long ball hit. And ends up popping it up and giving the center fielder plenty of time. She had to run in on it, but it was so high. She had plenty of time to get there.
Yeah,
so a fly out to position 8 for out number 1. That brings Jocelyn Holguin, the first baseman, to the plate for Lovington. She struck out her last time up. She walked and got stranded her first time up. So this is her 3rd plate appearance, and with 1 out, Holguin is itching to get something started for Lovington here. I mean, yes, would a solo home run get one of those runs back for Lovington? Sure. But what Lovington would like to do is get 2 or 3 or 4 runs in this at bat, and you do that by getting on base.
Well, yeah, and you're down by 3, so a home run, while, looks nice in the stat book, does not get you where you want to be.
Not by itself. That is going to miss just a little bit high. I think it was right on the line what he's been calling as far as the corner goes, but good for Holguin to let that go. 2-0 count now on her. So 2-0. She's looking for one she can connect with, and she's got power. Oh, and that is so inside. It came within a whisker of hitting her. I don't know how it missed her. In fact, it looked like it did hit her. It even sounded like it hit her. But I guess it did not. So 3-0 the count on Holguin. 1 out, nobody on. And that is a call, strike. So the take sign was on. Gallegos hit the zone. Did he call it a strike, or did he say?
He called it a strike, I thought.
I thought he was saying take your base.
Oh, it looked like he threw his arm up for strike one.
I did too. I thought initially that's exactly what, but I guess he was indicating take your base. So a walk, which is nice. That puts a runner on.
Yeah, the arm with the elbow bent straight up in a fist is a strike.
Yeah.
A wave and a point is take your base.
So Zimri Ellis comes up, center fielder. She grounded out and had a fly out for her it's a high fly ball headed out to center field again, and Gonzalez comes under it as Zimri Ellis. She hits the first pitch she sees and has a fly out to the center field, and unfortunately that is also going to keep Olguin on first. So 2 outs, a runner on, and Lovington needs one of their patented two-out rallies here. Yaya Garcia is going to have to be the batter to get it done. She reached on being hit by a pitcher last time up, got stranded on third base. This misses low and inside for ball number 1. So a runner on first. Lovington's not dead yet, and they've had many a 2-out rally this season. They've got to get one going here. After this, they have only 2 more at-bats. Garcia struck out her first time, then hit by pitch. That's going to hang up high for ball number 2. As you know, it would be nice to get another runner on here, or bring that runner in, but populate the bases, and then maybe you get a 2-run home run and tie things up. That's a line drive smoker, but unfortunately, it tails foul down the third base line, becomes the first strike. So Garcia way ahead in front of that, and pulled that one all the way over. So Garcia trying to get something started for Lovington as they trail 6-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just a single game today. That is going to be inside. Goddard faithful wanted an inside corner call on that. They did not get it as Garcia leaned back on that. She didn't really move out of the box, didn't move her feet, but she leaned her body back. So count 3-1 now. And pops it out of play off to the left for strike number 2. Now the count is full. So 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, full count on Garcia. Pressure's on. As a batter, boy, you feel all of that pressure too when you're at the plate in situations like this. Comes the ball, and a high fly ball headed out to deep. It is over the fence. It's out of the park, and Yaya Garcia has a 2-run home run and brings Lovington within 1 of Goddard at 6-5 now. And Garcia with a line drive shot out between center and right field. And Yaya, again, it would have been nice to have one more runner on base so that we could say it was tied up. But a 2-run home run, you're not going to sneeze at success like that.
No, you're not. And it was important, too, though, the walk that put Olguin at first. That really allowed the Lady Cats. That's what you want to do. You want to punish mistakes. And an error or a walk, that's a mistake on the opposing team. And Lovington made them pay for it. And so they played 2 with the 2-run blast to right center.
A 2-run blast that happened with 2 outs and now brings up number 11, Daphne Urahara, the pitcher, to the plate. With bases cleaned off, now she's going to try to repopulate them. Or Daphne's a capable hitter. She could hit it out of the park, but the danger here is that you don't want to always swing for the fence, as we have said. And Daphne has hit 2 long fly balls to center and right field in her previous 2 at-plate appearances. 2 straight balls at 2-0 count. So she's capable of putting a charge in it, but she just needs to hit them where they ain't, as they say. Get on base and keep the line moving for Lovington. Oh, that was a good pitch to hit. 2-1 count.
Looked like that one was up in Iowa, as my old coach would say a little bit. That's a little higher than he's called a little bit.
So, yeah, and he's waving away the complaints behind him. That's going to hit the outside corner as well, just right at the knees. So 2-2 the count now as Urahara down to her last strike. She wants to help out Lovington and try to keep the line moving so they can try to get this tied up or even go ahead. They put 2 runs on but they only have 2 more at-bats after this. So they want to get every squeeze, every ounce of offensive production as they can. And there's a grounder, that's going to take a bounce, and then it bounces over in front of Hernandez, and she loses it. So, wow, that took a funny bounce, but I didn't see.
Yeah, it'll wind up being an E6.
It's an it's an E6 because it bounced over, and it's actually Hernandez who could have picked it up and made the throw, but it hit right in front of it. This is not artificial surface on this field, and it looked like it hit a little hole and bounced up.
Yeah, it took a funny hop on Serrano, and then when she lost it, Hernandez just misplayed it. I'm not sure she would have had to play it first. But
by that time, I don't think she would have had a throw. I'm tempted to call it an infield single because it just it took a funny bounce, and I don't think it was playable by either. I don't think it was an error by either of them.
Then we'll just go with the infield single.
Because even though Hernandez lost it and could have had a throw, I don't think it would have been in time by that time anyway. So Urahara gets on and brings up Castro to the plate. 2 outs and a runner on first, and Lovington showing no signs of being satisfied with this at bat yet. So Castro watches the first ball go across. 1-0 is the count on her. And that's a perfect pitch right down the center of the pike. And not a real hard pitch. Not a lot of speed on it, but targeted right at the zone. 1-1 count on Castro. 2 outs, a runner on first. Castro, another capable hitter. A swing and a miss as she swung under that one. Her timing was pretty good. She just needed to watch and meet it, just meet it. She had a nice single that she hit out in left field her last time up. So just meet the ball, move the runner around. Call strike 3, as that's been called a strike all night long on both pitchers. So that ends Lovington's at-bat. Not before they put 2 runs across. They do it on a 2-run homer and a single. The single, of course, was Urahara, and she got stranded. So 2 runs on 1 hit. We ended up 2 hits, that is. We ended up not charging an error, and that leaving 1 on base. But Lovington has almost caught up. And the score is 6-5. Goddard coming up to the plate again, top of the 6th. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. At the bottom of the 5th inning, Lovington able to put a couple of runs across. They sure would have liked to have made it more, and they could have, but they at least got 2. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. And we go now to the top of the 6th inning. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up for the Goddard Lady Rockets. Top of the 6th, no outs, nobody on. And this is Morales, the right fielder, walked and got stranded her last time up. And her first plate appearance, she struck out. That's a call strike, a pretty good pitch on the outside corner, right up the letters.
Yeah, 7, 8, and 9 have not had a real great day for Goddard. They are right now 0 for 5. Combined.
Right. I was going to say, yeah, not in one at bat, but combined. And there's another strike. So Urahara quickly out in front of this batter. 0-2 the count, as Lovington wants to keep the momentum that they got in their at bat. And they were at bat for a while. It took a while for them. And there's a little slap. It's going to Yaya Garcia. She picks it up, fires to Olguin. Olguin has to stretch, but she hangs on to it. Yaya making a good stop, and then a good throw over to Olguin. And with the stretch and good hands, that becomes a good 5-3 play and a first out. So
Olguin has probably got the best stretch in southeast New Mexico. Not a lot gets by her, and she has to stretch out quite a bit there.
Yeah, she often does in all directions. There's a foul out of play off to the right. First pitch Gallegos saw. Gallegos, the pitcher, steps up. She struck out her last time up, grounded out to the shortstop her first time, so 0 for 2. And as you said, Morales had walked and struck out. Gallegos with the strikeout and a ground out, and Guzman on deck had a strikeout and a line drive that was caught by Garcia. So yes, this bottom of the order is a great place for Lovington to try to get 1, 2, 3 outs.
Yeah, haven't had a clean inning since the third inning. Would like to get one here.
They need to keep Goddard from scoring and then get to the dugout and get at least 1 run, 2, 3, however many they can cook up in their last 2 at-bats. So this is going to be, just miss. And, kind of wish Quiroga had sort of kept the glove still, had caught that and sort of kept it still and given the ump a chance to call it. I think it was a smidge outside, and that makes up for it. A swing and a miss. So now a 1-2 count on Gallegos. When you follow the ball, if it's sweeping in or out, sometimes if you keep the glove still and just show them that the motion, show it where the ball stops, then you see that it might be on the corner, whereas sweeping the glove, continuing the motion and the sweep sometimes misses that. The ump misses being able to call a strike on it. Still 2 strikes on this batter. 2-2 is the count. And Quiroga is a very fine catcher. You know, she inherited that position from Deporto, who was a really great catcher as well, and Quiroga has really owned that position coming into it, I think, really solidly last season and this season as well. A swing and a miss, and a strikeout.
Nope,
no,
she got a piece of it.
She got a piece to stay alive. Woof, that's twice I've done that tonight. Once on one of our batters, and now once on theirs. Just anxious for that to be an out for Lovington, but I knew she didn't get all of it. I just thought she didn't get any of it. That's a call strike on the inside corner. He's called that several times before, and he calls it there. So strike out, and that is out number 2, and that's a biggie. As yes, we talked about how important it is, a good place for Lovington to get these batters 1, 2, 3 here if they can. And that also becomes 3, 4, 5. I'm going to double check. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts.
I have 11.
For 11? 11, okay.
3, 4, 5, 6,
all right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
11, yes. Although,
this
is a strike one.
Maybe you're seeing about
exactly.
90 seconds into the future.
Maybe I'm a little psychic here. I'm gonna frame
what are the
it
lotto
that way.
numbers for tomorrow?
Now I'm framing it. You know, I'm like being a catcher and trying it up. Oh, and see there, Quiroga did hold the glove, but she did move it over a little, and the ump just didn't want to call that a strike. So. But a good job by Quiroga stilling that glove. She framed it just a little, moved it over. Nothing wrong with that. There's a foul off out of play for strike number 2. So now 1-2 count. But Urahara needs to continue to really focus on this batter. Sometimes you get a 1-2 count, and especially if it's a weaker batter, and you let up and you just think, you know, sometimes you offer up and then you pay for it. She offered a changeup on the outside corner, giving the umpire a chance to either call it a strike or for Guzman to chase, and neither happened. There, almost just missed it a smidge again. Oh boy, full count now, but nice pitching by Urahara. Certainly on the whole with 11 strikeouts in this one. Only 1 walk issued, I believe.
That's what I've got.
Yep. Oh, just missed it as well. And Guzman, that was dangerous, as you know, the instant she saw it taken off and assuming it was a walk. It was. Now it's top of the order. So 2 outs, a runner on first. Campa at the plate. She had a single and scored. Her last time hit a double and scored. And then she struck out her first time. This is her 4th plate appearance, and she is 2 for 3. 2 outs, a runner on first.
both the walks have come to the bottom third of the order for Udahara.
See, a lot of times you let up just a little bit. There's a nice outside corner pitch and call strike one on Kampa. 1-1 count. 1-1. There's a hit right back to the center. It's trouble, but Udahara picks it up and flips it over to Ogeen. At first, it came right back, and she picked it up, bobbled it a little bit. She had time to pick it up and then throw it and get the out. 1-3 in the book. So a little bit, that's a big sigh right there, as after 2 outs, a walk put a runner on, but then Udahara took care of it herself, 1-3, and just like that, 4 up, 3 down, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lovington trails by 1. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics. It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lovington trails by 1 run, and it is going to be the bottom of the order. 9 and then 1-2 up for Lovington. So Sabri Sanchez, designated player, will look to get something started for Lovington here. She grounded out to the shortstop her last time up, reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her first time up. So looking to get a hit here, get on base any way she can, a walk, get hit by a pitch, hit a single, a double, a triple, maybe a solo homer. She's capable. And a ground ball headed to Hernandez, who picks it up, fires over to first, and I think she would have beaten out the throw as well. Garcia had to stretch, and it rolled back out of her glove.
Yeah, so, not the hardest hit ball for Hernandez, who kind of bobbled it momentarily. Not enough to really call it an error, but it gave Sanchez that extra half step that she needed to go ahead and get herself over to first. And we will have looks like a pinch hitter coming in for Quiroga, who's having not a good game at the plate. So a pinch hitter in.
And that is going to be number 18, and that is Zoe Blackwell. So Zoe Blackwell will go to the plate. And I kind of wonder if maybe she's a bunting specialist.
Maybe that's
See,
just thinking that.
Yeah, a bunting specialist, because now coach is Lovington's 1 run behind. He's going to play some small ball. He's got a runner on first, a speedy runner. Sabri Sanchez has tons of speed. She's on first. So I think that this is probably a batter that spends time and is a good bunter, and that he's going to try to have her
push
bunt.
It down the line
That's
and kill it about 10 feet out. If you can do that, it'll be perfect.
And if you can get on base as a bonus, that's great. But if he needs to sacrifice an out to move the runner, he'll do that too. No, she did not drop the bat and show bunt, and that one came in as a ball. So high ball 1.
But you do have Serrano almost charging up the third baseline there. You probably can't see that because of the framing, but they were thinking the same thing we were.
Yeah, they were expecting the bunt, and she did not drop the bat there either, and that was a little outside. So a 2-0 count. And keep in mind that this is her first time to see the pitcher. This is her first plate appearance. She has only watched this game and watched the ump and what he's calling from the dugout so far, and now this is her chance to get a hit and move the runner around or in. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. And again, she might have thought that looked a little low and outside, but you and I know that looking at that pitch drop in, that he was probably going to call it a strike, and he did. So 2-1. That's the danger of a pinch hitter later in the game. or really at any time. Oh, and a swing and a strike and a snap throw down to first to try to make sure that Sanchez stayed on first. She gets back safely. But that's going to be a 2-2 count now on Blackwell, batting in place of Quiroga. Quiroga had gotten good. She had long fly balls into center and right field and a ground out. Swing and a miss. So she goes down. Coach Crawford's gamble there did not pay off. But again, you try it. You try what you think may work, just to try to get a run in. Lovington needs to at least tie it up here. They got to have at least one run. That what they'd like to do is get one, and then move ahead and get an insurance run or two.
Yeah, if you can get two, then you put the pressure all back on Goddard.
Right.
To have to do something in the top of the seventh, or this isn't a ball game. But you got to get those 2 runs first.
And 1 out, a runner on first, and Honey Morales to the plate. And she looked like she was going to drop the bat and show bunt. Pulled it back when she realized that was probably going to be high and outside, and it was. 1-0 count, 1 out, runner on first. Really enjoying this game, though. It's some games, despite being close, are not all that good. This has been a pretty exciting, and she does show bunt, and third baseman was not ready for it and out of position, running over to third, and that's going to put Honey Morales, and that was a beautifully executed bunt too. It was so far away from the pitcher that she had trouble getting. It was so far enough away from the catcher, she had trouble with it. Even if the third baseman had charged in, she would have been doing good. She would have had to play that perfectly and make a perfect throw to try to get Honey
I'm not
Morales.
Sure she would have gotten Morales
Honey has a lot of speed.
Would played that properly.
Honey has a lot of speed, and that was a beautiful bunt. We don't get to say that very often, but it was a beautiful bunt, and it got Honey Morales on base, and more importantly, it moved the runner over to second as well. So Sanchez on second and Morales on first, 1 out, and Zabri Rodriguez at the plate. That is going to miss low for ball number 1.
Of course, Zabri is the leading home run hitter for these Lady Cats. I have a feeling they're going to pitch her pretty carefully here.
Probably so.
Even though she hasn't had just a great game. Reached on an error in the first, RBI double in the second, then popped out to center in the fifth.
Yep. That is going to miss high and up, high and inside.
Probably not going to be anything in her wheelhouse, which is generally middle in and just slightly above the belt. I would bet they play her high and low and probably nibble on the corners, and if they lose her, load the bases, well, okay, we'll take our chances with Olguin next.
And that misses high as well. So 3 straight balls to Zabri Rodriguez, your shortstop for Lovington. And again, she's due, as she had an RBI single her second time up, and they know that she's a capable hitter. She had a long fly out her last time up, reached on that air and got stranded her first time up. Oh, that's a call strike.
Wow.
And actually, I mean, it was right over the plate, but it was right at the letters too. And I think Rodriguez thought it was going to be high and started to take her base. And the ump said, not so fast. 3-1 count, 1 out. Runners at first and second for Lovington. They trail by 1. Swing and a foul ball is going to go, foul off into the left corner. Woo! She snapped that around. It was a little bit off-speed pitch, and she was in front of that. And, man, did she smoke that. Unfortunately, becomes a strike.
It does move Guzman a couple of steps over towards the line over there,
yeah.
I notice.
And now there's a huge hole between center and left field. Huge hole. And that miss, yep, he says take your base. I thought he was going to call that a strike, and I thought, man, that was a golf shot. So now, yep, it's a walk, and that loads the bases. So Sanchez over on third, Morales at second, and Rodriguez at first. 1 out, bases loaded. Jocelyn Olguin coming to the plate. You talk about somebody who's due. She's walked twice, struck out once. She did get to cross the plate her last time up, but 1 out. The only danger here is with bases loaded It's a force on any base and very double playable.
Now you just need to make good contact somewhere, and you probably get the run in.
Get it out of the infield. And there comes a little ball. Oh, and she's safe.
Tried to squeeze, and
That's
she's
right.
safe.
And the catcher is going to say, he's going to say it is definitely
he changed
out.
it.
Oh, I thought he
said
called
safe,
it
but then
safe.
arguing with Gallegos and Crawford, he
Wow.
pointed and then changed the call to out.
Wow. I thought
And
he
Coach
changed
McCraw's
it.
going to come after and come ask
Exactly.
that.
And you know what? The plate was, you couldn't see home plate. It was obliterated by the sand. You could not see it.
And McCraw throws his hands up in disgust as he heads
Wow.
back over.
So a bunt, and they were ready for it as Serrano came in and played it perfectly. She scooped it up with the end of her glove and then tossed it up to the catcher, to Crawford, and it was a force. And I think Crawford, they made the point. Serrano and Crawford said it was a force. She didn't have to tag her. All she did is have to stand on the base. So a force out.
But how could you tell where the base was?
Exactly, and that's my point too. As well, you don't know where it was. High fly ball headed out to left field. Is it going to hit near the fence? And it's dropped. There's a little baseball karma, softball karma for you. As it scores 1, it scores 2. The throw comes in. It's off and goes to the screen, and it's going to clean the bases off. Because,
3 RBI
wow,
double.
a 3 RBI double, although it hit at the fence. But I tell you what, that left fielder was at the fence trying to play the ball, and she, I'm sure, feels terrible. But I think it's not an error because she was right at the fence, and it just, her.
Yeah,
she
when you're
was
right on the
looking
wall,
and
nowhere else to go.
And she's looking at the sun and shielding her eyes, trying to see it. So, yes, we do not call that an error. We're going to call that that's a 3 RBI triple for Jocelyn O'Gean. Wow.
Zimmery Ellis.
Sorry about that. Zimmery. Yeah, Jocelyn reached on the fielder's choice when the throw came to home plate on the force out. So Jocelyn reached, and then Zimmery Ellis with a 3 RBI, and there's a high fly ball headed out to shallow center. Hernandez comes over from shortstop to make the grab and the third out, but not before Lovington is able to plate 3, put 3 across, and some say it maybe should have been 4, but it's enough. The score is 8-6. We go to the top of the 7th inning with more Lovington Lady Cats softball coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
So Lovington is able to plate 3 runs across in the bottom of the 6th inning to retake the lead against Goddard. 8-6 is your score, but they've got to hold Goddard here in the top of the 7th. Goddard would have to at least tie it to
But they've
be
got
able
the
to
right
force.
part of the lineup
That's right.
coming up to do it with
They
2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. It's Gonzalez, Hernandez, and Serrano. So Goddard is looking at 2 to tie and 3 to move ahead. But Lovington will have, of course, a bat after Goddard. So it's up to Lovington to try to hold them here. The first pitch is in, a call strike on the outside corner against Gonzalez. She struck out her last time up, hit a single and scored, and also struck out. So 2 strikeouts and a single and a run crossed for this batter. Swing and a foul off to the right out of play for strike number 2. So here we are, top of the 7th, no outs, and 0-2 count on the leadoff batter, Gonzalez, with Hernandez on deck, Serrano in the hole. And Lovington with the momentum here, but they have got to hold Goddard. They want to try to keep Goddard from tying it up for sure, because that keeps, that means it's a walk-off, for them if they can hold Goddard. But Goddard would have to tie it up at least to force an at-bat for Lovington. So, and that misses just a little bit low for ball number 2. So 2-2 the count.
Yeah, not the time to nibble.
Got to come after these batters. You've got 2 strikeouts against her. You don't have to pitch too carefully to her, but you want to pitch as smart as you always do. That's a beautiful call, strike on the outside corner, and that's a good one. A good time for Urahara to come back to the bread and butter and get that call, strike on the 3rd strike. 1 out, and that brings up
12th K of the game for Utahara is
Yeah.
Hernandez now.
And she got that number 12 with the batter going down looking. Hernandez up, hit a single and got stranded, had an RBI single and scored and struck out. So she's 2 for 3 at the plate and hits at the first pitch she sees and fouls it off, out of play, off to the right for strike 1. So
She was
1 out.
outside for ball 1.
Oh, sorry. I thought that I looked down and I thought I knew what was going on when I was catching my book up. But
Waves
now
at
that's
that
a strike.
one.
See? There you go. I was just...
Like I said, what are the lotto numbers for tomorrow?
I was just a pitch ahead. That's all. 1-1 count. With 1 out, nobody on, and a good time for Lovington to go ahead and get this batter out as well if Urahara can get her. She offered a changeup, a little too outside, but Hernandez did not offer. Probably, if you pitch that with 2 strikes, you might get her chasing on it. And that misses as well, so a 3-1 count now.
Yeah, got her tailing away, but she's thrown the last 4 pitches all the way. Might be time to come back to the inside.
Well, Hernandez likes that inside pitch and keeps it outside, and that is going to be a ball that Castro goes full out running to try to get. It's a foul ball near the fence, but can't get it, but that's okay. Castro with really good speed out there trying to make the grab, but still full count now. 3-2, a strikeout, 1 out. Lovington 2 outs away from winning this one. They just need to hold Goddard here and keep them from getting 2 runs.
And keeping control of their own destiny going into Portales on Friday afternoon.
That's right. They're on the road to play a doubleheader at Portales Friday. Nat, a swing and a swat to Zabri Rodriguez at shortstop, makes the grab. And again, Olguin stretching her patented stretch, hangs on to it. And well played, Rodriguez. That was a pretty, a pretty hot grounder headed toward her. And nice work in the field. 6-3 in the books for out number 2, and now Lovington 1 out away from putting this as a win. Roxy Serrano to the plate, though, an RBI single and got stranded. There's a base hit as it falls between center and left field. Well played by Ellis. Nothing anybody could do on that one, but just make the best play you can. Stop it, make a good throw in, and keep Serrano on first. So now try to keep Roswell from getting a 2-out rally going with Garcia to the plate. 2 strikeouts and a fly out. But you've got to, Goddard is desperate. They know this is their last chance, and there's a strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Urahara. You know what? I would just throw that pitch. Throw that pitch till it doesn't work. It's far enough outside. The batter's not going to be able to do a lot with it normally, and there you go.
And I will defer to the pitcher in the room on that call. I don't disagree, by the way.
And I would throw it on the outside corner again, maybe a slightly different speed, but I would target that outside corner once again, and she does. It's a little too far outside. She's got a pitch or two to give, so it's not tragic. And she was seeing if Garcia would chase with 2 strikes on her, protecting the plate. She didn't, but I would bring that, keep it over the outside and bring it in just a little. And there, that's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be Castro who scoops it up and almost throws the runner out at second. Nice grab and nice work by Castro out in right field. Unfortunately, it does go in as a single, and it moves Serrano over to second. But still, Lovington, if they can just keep from panicking here, as they just need to get the third out. Get that third out.
That does put the tying run on base, and it'll bring Crawford to the plate, who had the 3-run shot back in the 4th inning. So,
and
potential go-ahead run.
Urahara pitched carefully to her the last time up. Crawford struck out, ground out. Oh, and then the ball gets away from Quiroga. That's rare. Gets behind her, and that does allow for the 1 run. Now you've got runners at the corners as Serrano was able to make it to third. So first and third, 2 outs though, as Lovington just needs to concentrate on the third out. Concentrate on that third out.
That's probably Crawford, probably the worst outcome.
That is going to be a call, strike on the outside corner. So 1-1 count now. 1-1 is the count, 2 outs, and 8-6 is your score. Lovington just needs to hold Goddard here if they can. Oh, that just missed. He indicates that it was just a little outside. So ball 2, 2-1 the count now. 2-1, 2 outs, runners at first and third. Goddard trailing by 2. The potential go-ahead run at the plate here. That is going to miss for ball 3, high and outside. So 3-1 the count, and it brought Quiroga up just to try to keep it from going by her. You can allow 1 run, but you don't want to allow 2 and tie it up. That puts all the pressure on you to break it. And beautiful pitch, yes, on the outside
Crawford
corner.
Crawford is arguing. I would throw the exact same pitch because of course, it was a pitch like that where she kind of argued and shook her head, and then Urahara threw her that little oopty pitch outside that she swung and spun herself around in.
Urahara threw her a changeup on the outside corner, and she does this time, although it was not a changeup, but it was on the outside corner, and Crawford swung a little late on it, fouled it off, staying alive at the bat. But still a full count. She fouled it off out of play off to the right. So still a full count. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. Lovington needs to hold, and there is another foul ball going and coming over for it, trying for it. It's going to be Castro, but it's more of a line drive and no time to try to get it. All she could do is just chase it. So count remains full. Crawford fighting off some pitches there, some good pitches on the outside corner as Urahara trying to win this battle against this batter, trying not to give up any more runs. Lovington 2 ahead. They've got 1 run that they could allow, but you don't want to allow any more. And that's a little grounder over to Yahya Garcia. Initially bobbles it, then sends it over to first, and that's it. As Yahya bobbled, but then made a good throw, and Olguin stretched and caught it. They had to do the stretch and then reach up, but 5-3 successfully. Third out, and Lovington wins this one, 8-6, your final score. Whew! A sigh of relief. Goddard made Lovington really work for this, and it was a good game, exciting game, back and forth. But by 2 runs, Lovington is going to get the win. They're going to move to 15-6 on the season, 3-1 in district, and that's the really important one right there. 3-1 in district. They are right now ranked number 2 in New Mexico 4A, 13 overall. And they will not see Goddard again until the last 2 games of the season. This was a single game. They go to Portales Friday for a doubleheader. They will play Goddard on the road the last 2 games of the season.
And we still got to go to Artesia
exactly.
for one.
So there's still a lot of time. This, I believe, was the last home game for Lovington in the regular season. We think and hope that they are certainly going to get a home game for the first game. So we think this is the last regular season game at home for Lovington. So we'll come back and wrap this one up. Unless are you ready to go? Why don't I just let TJ do the wrap since we're ready, and we've played a lot of our sponsors throughout the game. So
all right.
give it a wrap.
Okay, our final line for your Lovington Lady Cats. They finish up with 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and they leave 7 runners out on the base paths. For Goddard, they get 6 runs on 10 hits. They commit 4 errors, but none of them bite them, and they leave 6 runners out on the base paths. Getting the win, Daphne Utahara going the complete way with 12 strikeouts in the ball game. So 7 complete with 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, and all 6 of those runs were earned for Daphne, but still gets the win. The loss goes to Gallegos as she also goes the complete distance in this one and will take the loss. Wound up with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks to her name, and 7 of her 8 runs were earned.
All right. So looking at it, a well-played game as Lovington scored 1 run in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and then 3 in the sixth. Goddard scored 5 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth, and then Lovington held them to no runs in the sixth and the seventh. So it was an exciting game, a close one. Again, good game from Goddard, and it helps keep Lovington sharp because they're going to need to be as sharp as they can moving through the rest of the regular season, as they'll be on the road to play at Portales coming up on Friday. Then next Tuesday, I believe, they're going to be at Artesia, and then next Friday, they are going to be at Goddard for the final 2 games of the regular season in district play. 8-6 final here. Nice job. Congrats to Coach McCraw and the Lady Wildcats. And, of course, you'll be on the road on Friday for that doubleheader at Portales. I will be staying here, or actually I'll be in Hobbs for Hobbs Lady Eagle doubleheader. So we're going to be in different places on Friday.
We'll be on Lovington Sports YouTube Thursday with baseball.
Exactly.
Be over at Wildcat Park with the baseball game against the Artesia Bulldogs. So right here, Lovington Sports YouTube for baseball Thursday night.
Exactly. So good luck to our teams coming up. And, of course, thank you to, let's see, was it Evie or Tiff who was communicating with me? Now I'm not sure. I think it was Tiff. I think it was Tiff Stuber who was communicating with me about audio. Yes, it was audio and video. So thank you very much to Tiff for monitoring. Thank you, TJ Miracle, getting here late because of job, meetings and traffic, and but coming in and doing a great job. So thank you for being here. And I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long, good night. 8-6 your final score. Lovington wins, and we'll have more Lady Wildcat softball coming up for you on Friday. Thank you for watching and listening, and good luck and safe travels to our visitors from Goddard. And that's it. Good night.